My friends, how are you? It is absolutely fantastic to see you for yet another video, and today is a big day as the walls are closing in on Donald Trump, and he's going to have no explanation for his actions here pretty soon, as today we heard from a lot of the Epstein victims that was organized by Ro Khanna and Tom Massey, and we got to hear all the horrors that they went through at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein and very rich and powerful people in America and all around the world. And my friends, I may have to apologize just a little bit because I didn't realize a lot of things I maybe should have realized. See, I viewed this entire Epstein thing as a sort of a tool to take down Donald Trump, right? Or to at least ruin Donald Trump's credibility, or at least ruin the Republican Party's credibility. And all of that is absolutely true. But my friends, today, we listened to a very, very human element of what was going on. And I gotta be honest with you, that opened my eyes a lot to maybe how insensitive I was being to real life victims that are out there. Because I had never really delved too deep into the Epstein files. I didn't know really what was going on with it. I had a general idea and never cared enough to look into it, I guess. I don't really know. And today we heard from real life people about the horrors that they went through, and it was incredibly disturbing, my friends. I think it was very powerful. We gotta obviously give some credit to Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey, of all people, for organizing this and getting their voices out so the American people can hear what is going on. And yes, we did hear some very, very disturbing things. It was hard for me to listen to. I sat there through the entire thing, listened to it while I was driving down the road today, and heard absolute horror stories of how these young men were treated by these people. And obviously that was incredibly, incredibly disturbing to hear. So I feel like I might have missed the mark on that, and I may not have been paying attention enough to the fact that there are real people involved in this that are living with the results of what these people have done to them. I appreciate their bravery coming out and speaking on the topic and willing to put their voice and especially their faces and their names out there in front of the public, because we know that they have done this at great risk to themselves. We are talking about very powerful people, my friends. It makes what I do seem kind of minor when you look at it that way, right? I just got a bunch of chubby truckers that want to fight me because I make fun of their God King Donald Trump, and I think I can handle that. But these women have taken a step to help America, to help the world right now, expose all of these people for exactly who they are. And the risk they are taking on themselves by doing this is far greater than any risk I'm taking on, that's for damn sure. And we should definitely be proud of them and thankful for them coming out and being so brave to do this thing. So I do apologize that I missed the mark on that and overlooked the human element of the entire thing, because it was a lot to take in, a lot to listen to. We got to hear their testimony, of course, not testimony, but maybe it was testimony, I don't know, of all the things they went through, how they were treated, how they were lured in as children by a very wealthy, very well-connected, powerful man with promises of money and fame and all these things that never materialized. Instead, they were abused and taken advantage of by people with far more power than them. Some of them even being immigrants from other countries that really didn't know the culture, were kind of not even sure where they were, honestly, and were definitely taken advantage of. So very, very disturbing stuff happened today. I still do, though, obviously view this as a tool to take down Donald Trump. There is so much to go over, and I'm going to screw this up any kind of order that this is supposed to be in. I'm definitely going to fuck this up. I promise you that. I am going to fuck it up. But first, we gotta give a little bit of thanks to the Republicans that have joined in on this. There is a very clear line drawn in the sand at this point, all right? And the people, every elected politician that is in office right now will go down in history for which side of that line they chose to be on. You are either a person that is trying to get to the bottom of this, get the truth out. Doesn't matter if it's a Democrat, doesn't matter if it's a Republican, that is trying to protect young women from this happening in the future, and that is trying to get rid of this two different justice systems in America, depending on how how white you are and how much money you happen to fucking have, right? And the flip side of that, the other side of the coin, my friends, is people that are willing to protect everything that was going on in Jeffrey Epstein's circle, how do I want to say this, for one man, for Donald Trump. All right, that's the sides you get to pick. So we saw some pretty interesting things today, as there is a petition, I guess, in Congress. You guys will have to forgive me. You know that I'm not exactly knowledgeable on the inner workings of the fucking government, but this petition apparently needs so many signatures in Congress that would either allow the Epstein files to be released or allow for a vote on it, is where that goes. You guys can always tell me in the comments what it actually means, because I sat here and listened to this all day and I didn't look up the finer details, right? And we do have a few surprising people that have joined all of the Democrats in saying that they will sign this petition. Of course, Thomas Massie is on board. He's one that helped organize this entire thing. But my God, my friends, we saw some shocking fucking things. Marjorie Taylor Greene was out there also participating in this, what would you call it, press conference, speech, what have you, with all the victims, their lawyers, Ro Khanna, Thomas Massie, Marjorie Taylor Greene, my friends, came out on our side of this issue. And look, I'm not cutting her any slack for the bullshit that she's done before, but this is important. This matters. There are times where I'm willing to sleep with the enemy, so to speak, or where I'm willing to accept their help if they're gonna do the right fucking thing, okay? She's not forgiven for all the bullshit she's done before, all right? But she was out there talking about it, saying we need to get this out there. And look, we'll take her support in this very instance. We absolutely will. I can't speak for you. I will. So I was shocked to see that. I was very surprised, but I shouldn't be surprised, because Marjorie Taylor Greene has been kind of breaking from MAGA here for a while now. She just learned that MAGA hates women. Yeah, she just figured that out. I mean, bless her heart. Good for her. She just now figured that out, but she's been breaking from MAGA for a while. Does that make her any less insane? I don't know. It could be that she was just trying to appeal to the MAGA base, and that's why she's on about Jewish fucking space lasers, or maybe she's that batshit crazy. I don't know. I don't have the fucking answer to that, but she's out there on our side of this. Some other shocking people that said they're going to sign the petition to get these fucking files are Colorado's own Lauren Boebert. Well, I'll be damned. I did not see that one coming at all. Congratulations for being on the right side of this one, Lauren Boebert, and the grand fucking lunatic of all of them, Nancy Mace. Nancy Mace apparently has claimed to be a victim of sexual abuse, and I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying that that's what she's put in front of people. And she sat down, I think it was yesterday, and met face to face with some of the victims, where she had agreed to sign the petition, and she left the room crying after hearing what they had to say. Yeah. A lot of Americans that tuned into this today felt that exact fucking same way. I think a lot of us did what I apologized for at the beginning of this video. Not all of us, but a lot of us Americans didn't realize the human element of this entire fucking thing. Last I knew, and this might be moving quick, so this video may be outdated by the time I upload it. Last I knew, we need 2 more Republicans to sign off on this, to do the right fucking thing and get the ball rolling on getting all of the Epstein files released. And it doesn't matter to me who's on it, in the sense that I'm going to go protect someone and run to their aid, because I did hear some names mentioned today, okay? I heard Donald Trump mentioned a few times as Jeffrey Epstein's best friend, closest friend, which explains why Donald Trump's acting the way he is. And I did hear the name Bill Clinton come up. Look, I'm not going to rush to save Bill Clinton. I'm not going to run to defend him. If he's involved in all of this, the American people should know it. If this destroys both political parties in the process and we have to start anew, at least we're doing it the right fucking way. We're doing what Donald Trump said he was going to do. This would be the actual draining of the swamp, not where fucking swamp monster Donald showed up and fucking made the whole goddamn thing worse. This is by far the most corrupt government that's ever fucking existed in America. If we had to tear it all down and start over this, I think that's a net positive. We might have a couple years of what the fuck is going on here, but I believe that's an okay thing. So we've got some surprising people that are helping us out in this fight to get that information out to the government and potentially to the American people. I don't know how far that goes exactly. But I did say at the beginning of this video, I do still view this as a tool that can absolutely ruin Donald Trump. All I'm saying is I learned about the human element today, and it was not fun. I didn't have a good time listening to it, but it needed to be heard by a lot of fucking people. This still has obviously all the potential in the world to be absolutely destructive to Donald Trump and the Republicans that are defending Donald Trump right now. No one's getting out of this one unscathed at this point. I had heard that the White House had let all the Republicans know that them signing off on this petition to release the files is going to be considered a hostile act to the White House. My friends, that tells you everything you need to know, now doesn't it? Now, that's not a good enough answer. We still want those goddamn files, all right? But that tells you everything you need to know. Donald Trump 100% was very heavily involved in whatever Jeffrey Epstein was doing. Donald Trump knows that this could be the thing that absolutely destroys his presidency. The MAGA base has spent years going off on this, talking about how it was all a bunch of evil Democrats and they were going to get Donald Trump in and they were going to release the files. Donald Trump campaigned on, once he gets in, he was going to release the files and expose all the evil fucking Democrats. Kash Patel said that was what he was going to do. Pam Bondi said she has the files on her desk, then tells us there's no fucking files at all. And now they're saying that it's a hostile act towards the White House if you don't, if you sign off on this petition to get these files released. My friends, we know that he's involved in it. We absolutely do know. There is no way around it at this point, and no getting away from it. I know some of you got a little frustrated with me, and that's okay yesterday, because I wanted to talk about that fucking press conference that Donald Trump did, because I thought the announcement was going to be big. What's this big fucking announcement and I really was anxious to hear it all day. And some of you thought that I forgot about the Epstein files. No, my friends, no. I knew today was coming, and I knew today was the day to speak up on it and cover it, but I wanted to wait to hear what they had to say. We've been saying, you know how Mike Johnson sent everyone home because he was trying to avoid this. That was never going to fucking work. It was not going to work at all. They were never going to get away with it. Every Democrat out there was like, okay, we'll go home, and the minute we walk back into this fucking building, we're gonna light your asses up with these Epstein files once again. But they may not have been prepared. I mean, I think we all knew for quite a while, but they may not have been prepared for the fact that Thomas Massie was working with a Democrat to get the shit out there. And that matters. That fucking matters, absolutely. So what I was saying is the MAGA base is, I don't know what they're doing today. I would imagine there are some full-on fucking meltdowns going on out there. I won't see till tomorrow when I start to catch up on all this shit again. Alex Jones is probably crying again. I imagine. I can't wait to hear what Joe Rogan has to say, if he even goes after this topic at all, or if he avoids it. But there is no getting out of the fact that MAGA as a movement is absolutely going to be fractured heavily because of everything that's going on with these files, because of the obvious cover-up of Donald Trump and Donald Trump's personal DOJ. We know that there's something fucking going on in there. I am obviously worried about these women that have came forward. I hope they are well protected. They've already been through enough. I think that the country is going to end up forever being in the debt of these women that were brave enough to come forward. This is such a monumental thing, such a huge thing that the White House is clearly trying to cover up. This one thing, and I get it, it was a huge thing, and it went on for many, many years, and it's the rich and powerful in America thinking that they can get away with whatever they want. But this one moment today could be a thing that alters the entire timeline and changes the complete direction of America once all this shit starts to come out. This was a big fucking deal today. And so with that said, I'm a little tired today, a little bit scatterbrained. Like I'm making excuses now, ain't I? That's what I am every fucking day. But anyways, I know I'm gonna miss some points, but just really thankful to them for coming out and doing that. We're all gonna be watching. We're all gonna be seeing what's going on. And I think at this point, for the first time in his life, Donald Trump may be backed into a corner on this one. There are very few fucking ways out of this, where he can, very few, I don't think any ways out of this where he can still appeal to his base, have the support that he does, make himself look good, because the cover-up is extremely obvious at this point. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of express my thoughts and feelings on watching that today. I'm sure it was tough for a lot of you out there also, but hey, that's it's going to end up being a big deal, and these brave women may have just saved America. So as much as they want justice for themselves and justice for other people that were harmed in this, what they did has all the potential in the world to be a much bigger deal. So we love them, we support them, and my God, I can't speak for all of us, but we really appreciate what they did today, and putting themselves at great personal risk by doing so. I'm not a religious man, but God bless them if I can. I don't really know. Anyways, I'll leave you guys to it. Love you guys. Bye now.